caused by illegal migrants, because you are inviting them to come to Europe. And for what you're doing, you should actually go to prison and not to the European Commission. Your presence as the President of the European Commission means a further collapse of the European Union. What do we think about your European Green Deal? This is what we think about this. This is what we think about the migration pact.
This is Ewa Zajączkowska, and she's a Polish politician and member of the European Parliament, and she has some truth to say about Ursula von der Leyen, the President of the European Commission, in this clip. Let's watch it together. It's insane what she's saying right there.
Madam President, ladies and gentlemen, Ursula, dear Ursula, I think you need to hear in a straightforward way what most Europeans think about you. Choosing you to be the President of the European Commission in the previous term of office was a great mistake, and some still have a hangover because of it. You destroy the European economy and agriculture. Europe becomes an open-air museum in terms of agriculture. Us Europeans are becoming poorer and poorer because of you. You are the face of the migration pact, and I'm talking to you as a woman to a woman, as a mother to a mother. How can you not be ashamed of promoting the migration pact, which means that millions of women and children in Europe feel endangered, threatened on the streets of their cities? You are responsible for every rape, every violent attack, every tragedy caused by illegal migrants, because you are inviting them to come to Europe. And for what you're doing, you should actually go to prison and not to the European Commission. Your presence as the President of the European Commission means a further collapse of the European Union. What do we think about your European Green Deal? This is what we think about this. This is what we think about the migration pact. You're not even looking at me. That's a shame. We want a Europe of free and sovereign nations, and not a sick leftist ideology. And all the soldiers that are defending the eastern border, deserve a bow, very deep.
Look at her. She is laughing. Ursula von der Leyen is laughing at the critics. But there are some truth in what she was saying right there.
And
they are not happy with this speech. Let's watch the next one. It's as well a great one.
Do you want to know the most undemocratic and unlawful institution in the European Union? It's the new European Commission, once again led by Ursula von der Leyen. Who do you serve, Mrs. Ursula? Who's your master? Globalists, Chinese lobbyists, or large corporations? One thing is clear, they are not Europeans and they are not Poles. The Europe you are creating is a continent of hypocrisy and suffering for ordinary people, with huge energy prices and a ban on cars in cities. Women and children are victims of immigrants, whom you pay for hotels and benefits with our money. You chose someone for the Immigration Commissioner role who has no clue about the job they'll be doing. I see the Commission's makeup and witness Eurocommunism in its worst form: green insanity, no competitiveness, and the ruin of farming via a Mercosur agreement. They are robbing us of our national identity. This will end in disaster. Rather than achieving zero emissions, we will face zero economic growth. Paper straws and bottle caps. This is your vision for Europe. Thank you.
That was wild. Hypocrisy, green insanity, and Eurocommunism. She's exposing everything in front of everybody, and I'm here for it.
I think none of us can tolerate the involvement of third party in our countries, but very often we have an external threat. Europeans understand their national governments and parties, which may have an impact on classic press. Well, millions are being pumped into publicity, which is going to promote politicians, which will then be recruited by the managers of these companies. And this is really, it's social media that really put forward truths which the leaders don't like. So you say that you would like to protect freedom, but you would like to manipulate the social media. It is Orwell, it's Big Brother watching us. You can't possibly proceed to censor, to introduce censorship on the internet. We'll find other ways of talking to the electorate, because Orwell's stake will not win.
She is very popular and making headlines everywhere and going viral at the moment. The Polish female member of European Parliament criticizes Ursula von der Leyen, the president of the EU Commission. Let's see what people are saying. At the end, she said something that wasn't translated, and keep your hands off Poland. Sitting there with that arrogant smirk plastered on her face. Dear Eva, please have many children. The Earth desperately needs to increase the ratio of people with the ability of critical thinking. Oh wow. She is 110% right when she says Ursula should be in prison. And yeah. And that thing just sits there smirking. She might be smiling, but her eyes display a different message. She's pissed at this lady for a lesson in her own backyard. She smiles because she knows she won't be held accountable. Yes. Unfortunately, you can criticize all you want. Probably nothing's gonna happen. It's very sad to see. Very sad. She did a great speech. I think this is great that in Europe we enjoy freedom of expression. You can say whatever you want and not fear being imprisoned for your ideas, for your speech. And we cannot say the same thing for authoritarian regimes such as Iran, China, North Korea, Russia. And so we should fight. We should all unite. We should all unite. All allies in the West should unite and defend our values, defend our freedom, defend liberty. Hopefully you enjoyed this video with me. Thanks for watching and staying with me to the end. I really appreciate you being here. As always, click right there to watch the next video, and I will see you there. Bye bye.